Former Governor Tim Pawlenty had already decided not to seek the GOP endorsement at this weekend's convention, but he still went ahead and made a splash today with a big announcement.
Michelle Fischbach is one of the most respected policy leaders and thought leaders in public policy in our great state, and I'm really honored and pleased and excited that she's agreed to join our ticket.
If the name Michelle Fischbach sounds familiar, it's because she's already Governor Mark Dayton's lieutenant governor. In fact, she took the oath of office last week after leaving the state Senate.
Even though people may not always agree with her views or my views, they universally respect and appreciate her as a leader.
The Paynesville Republican automatically became lieutenant governor in January when Tina Smith left for the U.S. Senate. Fischbach's an attorney who spent 22 years in the Senate, has solid conservative credentials, especially with the pro-life community.
And the people of my Senate district are much like the people of Minnesota. They're hardworking, they're making a living, they're trying to support themselves and their families.
Now, this raises the possibility Fischbach could go back-to-back as lieutenant governor with different governors. The last person to do that was Democrat Karl Rovag, who served as second banana to Democrat Orville Freeman and then to Republican Elmer L. Anderson. But back then, lieutenant governors were elected separately. So Michelle Fischbach would not be the first lieutenant governor to serve in two administrations of two different parties, but in modern times, it would be very remarkable. From the Capitol, I'm John Croman.